Oh, I've got another problem with my internet connection, and I just my YouTube streams just stopped again. I really like x.com. It just when your streaming stops, when your internet connection stops, it just continues streaming without any information, uh, and it doesn't stop your stream, and I really appreciate it. X.com really good at in this, but in YouTube, if you lose your internet connection for like 10 seconds or something like this, it will stop. Maybe I need to check how can I prevent it, but I'll do it later. Now we need to focus on our application. Our application. Okay, desktop. Let's show you. Okay, I want to test this new version of application on my phone with everything that's related to Supabase, every authentication, every step from authentication to scanning photos to creating an account to creating an, well, probably we can't create accounts now because we haven't we haven't added some authentication methods, but I want to test everything that we already have so far, like scanning photo pictures of food and so on and so forth. And actually, we have other version of our application. This version of application, it has some statistics related to micronutrient adequacy, so we can see if our nutrients value are good enough. So we can track some proteins, main sources of proteins, how much calories did we got from different sources, how much protein we got during last 30 days. So you need to actually make sure that everything that we created so far is added to our application, as well as a photo detection feature that was excluded previously. Make sure that all of those changes are inside this application as well. Continue this task related to animation of breathing. Okay, let's read about our let's read some articles from our AI radar that actually maybe we will fix this radar because now it's looks a little bit strange. I don't know why it can't get some data from Reddit and why it decided to get data from those subreddits. Maybe we just want to connect it to some regular RSS related to AI. Okay, let's see. Bottleneck Labs, FTC suit. Well, actually, I've read this article yesterday, but from our website, and maybe we need to make this radar check whether it gives us the same articles every day. And actually, I think that most of data we don't need actually to check it every day. Okay. Teladoc lowers revenue outlook amid better how demand behind winds. What is Teladoc? Let's see. Well, it's interesting. Teladoc Health connects patients and care providers for medical care, mental health, chronic condition management, and more. It's interesting. So basically, this application, it helps to connect with real doctors. How much does it cost? It's interesting. They don't show price. Hmm. Yeah, I've actually tested BetterHelp. It's pretty. Okay, where is it? Oh no, I didn't try it. But I saw some advertisement about BetterHelp. Okay. Compile incorporations. Couples therapy is pretty interesting. Yeah, okay, I see. Like, token price decreases dramatically over time. Yeah, like if we compare even frontier models from like, I don't know, 5 months ago, their price was much higher compared to current generation of models, and that's good. But me personally, I use mostly subscriptions, and for subscriptions you don't really care about price of API. But yeah, for subscriptions you also get more compute for the same price. And I see that over time it will be very cheap. Even Fable 5 level of models will cost like, I don't know, give many, or DeepSeek. Well, I see that ChatGPT. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's bad. They only roll it to US users. I see that ChatGPT, OpenAI, they're moving closer to Claude. Like previous maybe 3 months, Claude was much better than ChatGPT, for at least for coding tasks. But now I see that ChatGPT is very nice. It has a lot of useful features, and well, even this overlay with today's focus, with stopwatch that you can see now, that overlay for streaming I created with ChatGPT with Codex. Yeah, I used extra tokens. I resetted my usage limits, but it's great that they come closer to Claude, and even with $20 subscriptions, you get a lot. You get a lot of useful features. You get, and I really like that they allow to use your weekly limits just as you want. Like you can use it, you can spend it in one day. And actually, I did spend it in one day to make this overlay, but I guess it worth it. And I actually used some limit reset. And probably in the past, it took me maybe several days to create such overlay to make it workable. But now it works pretty fine. It does the job I wanted to do. Okay, it's still working. API app is still working. API mind. Continue task related animation of breathing is still working. Let's read about health in ChatGPT. Wow, it's pretty interesting. Well, actually, it's this article came out 7 days ago, and I actually didn't see it. You can choose security connectable health support, make records every week. Well, basically, I see that AI destroys a lot of businesses, and actually, this health feature is kind of related to my applications as well. It can, in the future, I see that AIs will be able to do applications in seconds for users. It can build custom applications. But the problem is that most people, they don't really know what they need in application, and they don't really know how to explain what they want. That's why people still still pay for some software. Yeah, if it's one feature application like Whisper Flow, it can be easily replicated. But if it's takes some taste, it needs some taste to build. It needs some vision. It will be hard to build with AI, because with one prompt you can't build anything that is interesting in terms of production ready applications. Yeah, but I see that AIs, they will build a lot of useful things, a lot of artifacts personally for you, and I don't actually know what can other people do, what can other companies do. Like, for example, Figma. Basically 1 or 2 years ago, it was very perspective company, but now Claude Design, it can do most of the Figma can do. Most things that Figma can do, most things that you can do with using Figma, and over time, more and more roles will be kind of acquired by AI. More and more abilities of applications, of software, of even real human jobs will be acquired by AI. Like, I don't know about psychological help, because it's pretty personal thing, and for most people, the most important thing in psychotherapy is connection with the real therapist. And that's why I see that real human connection will be much more valuable in the future. But at the same time, intelligence in general will be commoditized, and it's hard to predict how we can earn money in the future? What can people do to, like, what can people do that AI that costs $10 per million tokens with knowledge of Nobel Prize winner cannot do? What can you need to ask yourself, what can you do that AI, which is better than Nobel Prize winners in knowledge, it's in intelligence, cannot do? And if you can't find the answer to this question, I guess it's million dollar knowledge, maybe billion or even $1 trillion question. Or maybe the answer is to use AI tools to build something that would cost you millions and several Nobel Prize winners to build. So discovering, curiosity to discover new things is dramatically important in my opinion. Okay, our streaming is going fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think we live in a pretty interesting time. I guess the most interesting time in the whole history of the universe. Unfortunately, it's available only for US users, and I'm not from US. Okay, we have another problem related to our application. Let's talk it through. We build the app log, password plus face ID. No, AP app. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try to build some interesting ideas for our app screenshots for App Store. Let's try use some, I don't know, food images from pixels or other things that can be useful in our use case. Okay, I answered. I will ask it later. Start free trial. Yeah, we still have some statistics. 7 days. Okay, that's great. That's great. Let's find some, I don't know, food plate picture. I will use this picture to scan it from my phone because I don't have food at my desk right now, fortunately. Okay, okay, okay. Well, well, well. It's basically not working. It's not working. Okay, maybe I need to add a beer on now. Start free trial. Camera. No, 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 it's not working. I don't have the ability to take picture because it's not asking permission to use camera because and I can't make picture without this ability, without this permission. So please, can you fix this problem so I will be able to take picture of plate? On the onboarding page during login, we have this weird problem like privacy looks ugly, and when you click privacy on data, it's a strange feature because during onboarding you basically don't have any data to export. And why do we have such feature during onboarding? It shouldn't be in this process because it's just an onboarding when we try to start free trial, and we should just have the ability to start trial without the downloading data because we don't have any data. And also make sure that your fixes will be visible in other versions of application, because now we are working on we're working on this application with another agent in another terminal session, so it might create some new things that you may not notice, may change or something like this. Maybe you need to work in other branch, but not but don't touch anything that is not related to this particular feature that is related to onboarding, where we have the ability to start trial. And while you're fixing it, maybe you need to just write something that other session agent from other session will understand. So it will understand that it needs to add this feature to the newer version of application. And you need to write this description that will be useful to understand this type of problem and fix it. And also okay, what I wanted to do, I forget. And also make sure that you don't touch unnecessary files, unnecessary folders. Like we need to have model structure, and so this particular change should be related only to these logical parts. Okay, here we're still going. Actually, I want to understand how can we add new features. I will maybe add our agent. Yeah, let's continue reading about health. Yeah, I fixed camera problem. Let's track this food. Okay, grilled chicken, mashed potatoes, mixed salad greens. Well, it's tracked it pretty good. Grilled chicken, mashed potatoes, mixed salad greens, log into lunch. Okay. Mm-hmm. Today is 30. Ah, okay, it's added some food. Lunch. Strange. Fuck. Okay. Also, the problem is that when we try to delete any item or edit, it just shows, for example, we open dinner, and in dinner there is some items for today. It's a salmon Atlantic, and I want to add it, for example, edit this item and or delete it. When I scroll delete, it just shows this editing toolbar, so we can edit or delete item, but I don't really need to have this feature. I don't want this editing toolbar. I just want the ability to just scroll and delete. So I open dinner, for example. I see food that I want to delete. I scroll, and this trash can appears. And when I click on this trash can, it just gets deleted. That's it. Like in this second example, screenshot number 2. But in our screenshot, when we scroll left, when we slide our finger left, it shows this trash button, but it opens editing feature. So we see the whole editing feature where we can edit amount of this particular food, but I want to be able to just delete this particular food fast without the need to open this editing toolbar. And the problem is that it exits from the dinner menu. And when I open dinner, I don't want to exit it when I edit some item from this food intake. So if I enter dinner and if I want to edit or add another item, I don't want to go back to diary. I want to stay in this particular food intake. I want to stay in this particular in this particular block of our diet. Like if I enter lunch, I want to stay in lunch. If I want to go back to diary, I will just click to diary and go back to it, or I will just press back button. Maybe if we open dinner, let's actually make it look like this, like on third screenshot. So when we open dinner, we just stay inside this view without any changes. We can't make any. So it should be understandable that we are in the breakfast menu, but we already have such a view. Like when we open dinner, we don't see our navigation bar. We see breakfast and information about breakfast. That's good. But I want to be able to edit items inside it and fastly delete it without any problems, like just slide left and delete it. But I can do it right now, so I want you to fix it. Okay, what's the problem? What I was asking it to do. I don't have ability to take pictures. Yes. And also explain me what do you mean by different users. I want to have only one user related to my account, like to my phone. So if I create an account, I want it to be the only one. And actually, maybe the problem is because we create kind of anonymous account, we don't really have authentication feature. Maybe for the testing reasons, let's just add authentication. But we will talk about later. Let's just fix the problem that I provided to you. And later we'll discuss authentication and different users, different accounts, different safety strategies for example, to make sure that users don't abuse our AI usage. They will use it wisely. They won't overuse it or something like this. I guess you're talking about you're talking about it, but let's discuss it later. First, I want you to fix the problems that I mentioned to you. So commit this feature to GitHub, so I'll be able to clear this dialog and later start new session, or other agent in new terminal will just handle this feature by itself. So your job is done. I just want you to make sure that everything is checkable, everything is located on our GitHub repository and can be merged to our main branch where the latest version of application exists. And maybe you can run some tests of this pull request. You can test every commit that is related to this pull request, this new feature or this new fix. Okay. Let's install it to my phone, so I will test it myself. Okay, okay, let's go. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's better. Now it looks much better. What else can we fix? Now let's push everything to GitHub and check everything that you added so far. Check every feature that we've added with our runner and merge it into a main. So we will have the latest version of application on our Oh, great, 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 great. No, I would like to have editing inline. For example, edit, save. I want to make it. I want to put it inside this launch view. If we edit launch, we need to see it shouldn't go back to diary view. Like in this example, you can see I add while editing launch, edit item, but background is our diary. But I want you to have launch as a background because we are logically we are still in this launch menu, and I want you to stay in this menu when we added some item inside this launch. And if we added inside dinner, I want you to stay in dinner, etc., etc. And if we add another item, we should also stay inside this menu, inside dinner or inside lunch, inside breakfast. Even if we added something, if we add something and click done, it should still stay inside this dinner view. It shouldn't go back to diary view. Okay. Okay. Okay.